Hey guys, so today it is time for my May project pan update. I can't believe it's already May. I feel like I say this in a lot of my project pan updates, but it really does feel like the last month just flew by. So regardless of that though, I do have one really exciting update to share today, a product that I was not expecting to be finished with so soon. So we will be rolling in a new product to replace that one. It's always exciting to have a new roll out. So if you're not familiar with what a project pan is, it is essentially where I document the process of using up my makeup. So I have 10 products that I have been working on throughout the last month. Anytime I either use up a product or meet my goal on it, I will roll it out and roll something new in. So I always have 10 products that I'm working on at a time. It's a ton of fun. I will leave my Project Pan 2022 playlist down below if you want to catch up on past updates. But I'm really excited to get into today's update, so let's just get started. So first off, I've been working on my NYX Born to Glow foundation. My goal is to finish this by the end of the summer, and I think I'm on track to do that. I've been using this a ton, especially because I'm in the process of filming a video testing out and comparing a bunch of sunscreens, and for every single sunscreen demo, I use the same foundation just to kind of keep that consistent. This is the one I've been using, so I've been filming a ton of sunscreen demos over the past few weeks, and because of that, I've just been using this foundation almost every day, so it is what I have on today. Really great foundation for the summertime. I would say, even though the name sounds like it would be better for dry skin, I actually think this is better for normal to oily skin because it can cling to dry patches. Luckily, I haven't been dealing with too many dry patches recently, so it's been working well for me. But I have some really good progress that I've made on this, and yeah, I mean, it definitely looks like I'm getting pretty close to the end. I'm thinking it'll still probably be another couple of months before this is finished, but I'm definitely on track to finish this by the end of the summer, so that feels really good. Now, next up I have a product that I was really expecting to have done this month. In fact, I think I was even expecting to have it done last month. I'm surprised that it's not finished, but at the same time I'm not, and you'll see why. So this is the Pacifica Liquid Cover Concealer, and this is a product that I've mainly been using as a foundation, but because I've been using that NYX Born to Glow as a foundation almost every day for those sunscreen demos, I haven't been reaching for this Pacifica concealer as much to wear as a foundation, so occasionally I've been using it as a spot concealer, but I still have enough of this left to, I think, last me another month. I did decant quite a bit of it into this little container last month, and as you can see, there's still a little bit left in there. And I have already removed the stopper from here. There's not much left in the tube, so, you know, I'm not really in a huge rush to use this up. I know it'll be finished at some point this year, and I think I'm almost done filming all my sunscreen demos, so once I'm done with that, I'll probably go ahead and finish this off using it as a foundation. That does help it go a little faster, so that's what I've been doing. That's why it's not finished yet. I was so sure in my last update that this would be done, this update, but I think it's probably still going to be another month on this. By the way, this eye look will be up on my Instagram Reels. It should already be up by now, so check that out if you want to see how this came together. It's basically 2 eyeshadows and a blush that I used to create this look. Alright, so next up we have the Becca Liquid Highlighter in the shade Champagne Pop. This has been kind of a slow and steady product. I rolled it in thinking that it would be pretty easy because I'd already used up so much of it, but it is slow to see progress on this. You know, I don't think I'll be able to draw another line this month. A lot of product is kind of sticking to the sides, but if you look up closely, I'll try to show you up close. So you can see where the line is, that's kind of where all the product seems to be sitting. But if you look down in there, it's actually much lower than what it appears to be. So I really don't think there is much left in here. The applicator still reaches, so you know, if I get really close to the end, I may just go ahead and like take out the stopper and use up the rest as like a body highlighter just to kind of finish up whatever like the last bits are in there once I can't get any more out with the applicator. But for now, I'm still able to get it out of there no problem. And I really like using this as a cheekbone highlight, of course, but sometimes I will also wear it underneath my under eye concealer just to add a little bit of brightness. Because it's a very subtle highlighter, it works well for that. It's not like glittery or chunky or anything, so that's how I've been using that. I'm sure you could also like mix this with your foundation. There's all sorts of ways that you can repurpose a highlighter. I might also start, now that we're getting into tank top season, I'll probably start using it as like a collarbone highlighter as well. Next we have my favorite liquid blush of all time. This is the Clove and Hallow Hydratint Serum Blush in the shade Blossom. Sadly, Clove and Hallow discontinued this, so I am just kind of savoring it, but I do want to use it up this year because it is kind of a more clean, like natural brand, so I feel like the shelf life on this may not be as long as other products. So once again, you know, it's kind of hard to see exactly how much is in there, but there is a lot of like clear window showing here. So it is getting pretty close to the end. The applicator still is able to reach, although every time it's kind of picking up less and less product. So at some point I may kind of just turn this upside down and decant it into maybe a little jar like this just to finish up the rest of it. I have a feeling once I do that, it'll be like gone really fast. That's kind of how I can foresee that happening. So I love this blush. It is just so easy to wear as like even on like a no makeup day. It's such a nice lightweight kind of thin serum texture that it really doesn't look like you're wearing any blush or any makeup. It just looks like that's your skin's natural flush. So that has been so much fun. A lot of days I'll wear it on its own or I'll layer it with other things, but lately I've just been wearing it on its own. We're kind of getting into the summer. I feel like now that it's May, it's basically summer here in Georgia. So I've been really loving just kind of easy, lightweight makeup looks, minimal products. I've been loving just like throwing on a liquid or cream blush. I've just been enjoying like simple minimal makeup looks. Today I'm actually wearing Milani Luminoso, so I don't have this on today, but I have been wearing that a ton. I also have been working on a powder blush. This is the CoverGirl Cheekers blush in Natural Twinkle, a very sheer blush. So I do have to build quite a bit of this up to get it to show up. And it also comes with less product than a lot of powder blushes. So progress on this has been good. I definitely have expanded the pan. A couple months back I did hit side pan, not intentionally. I mean, I don't normally like try to hit side pan, but that happened pretty easily because it's such a narrow pan. You definitely see progress pretty quickly with this. And again, just kind of trying to use this up by the end of the year, which I think I am very much on track to be able to do. Last month I rolled in my Jordana bronzer in the shade Sunkissed. I've been enjoying this, although I have found that it gets hard pan really easily. I actually just removed the hard pan a couple days ago and it already has hard pan again, so that's annoying. That's always an annoying trait for a product to have. And you know, I do clean my brushes regularly, but it's just one of those products that's very prone to hard pan. So I do have this on today, just a little bit on my forehead, not a lot. But my goal on this is really just to hit pan on it. I'm not necessarily trying to use it up this year, but I would just like to hit pan. Of course, I don't have pan yet. I just rolled it in last month. And prior to that, I really hadn't used it that much. So with this hard pan situation, I feel like it's gonna make it harder to hit pan because I'm constantly like not able to pick up very much product in certain areas of the product, so we'll see. And by the way, I always just use Scotch tape to remove hard pan. I feel like it works the best. You can also scrape it off with a spoolie, but I find that that tends to waste a little bit more product that way. All right, so next I have two eyeliners that I've been working on. One is a black retractable liner and the other is a yellow liquid liner. So first up is the Marc Jacobs highliner in black. This is the mini pencil of this. And I made pretty much the exact same amount of progress on this as I seem to make every single month, which doesn't look like a lot, but you can see over time that like that's a pretty good chunk of cumulative progress. So let me go ahead and roll it all the way back up so you can get a good look. So this is what we have left, and as you can see, I used up like about 1 millimeter of product since last month, but look at how much I've used up in the last 3 months total since I started working on this. That's like basically the same amount that I have left. So that probably means that at this rate, it'll be probably another 3 to 4 months until I finish it. But it's nice to see that like over time I am making progress, even if it doesn't feel like I'm making very much month by month. Not my favorite eyeliner, to be honest. It's kind of stiff. It isn't like the most budge proof. I typically will use it to tightline like my upper lash line, or I'll just use it like on the upper lash line kind of winged out. You know, it's fine. It does the job, but I don't love it, you know? Then the liquid liner I've been working on is the NYX Vivid Brights liquid liner in the shade Vivid Halo. My goal is to use this 3 times per month. There's really no way to measure my progress on this because the packaging is opaque. And I'm not in like a major hurry to use this up, but I'm just trying to get use out of it here during like the spring and summer when I feel like this kind of color works really well seasonally. So a lot of times I'll just do this and then pop like a color in my inner corner. Super simple look. That's my favorite way to use it. So finally, we have 2 lip products. I've been working on both a lipstick, a bullet lipstick, and a lip gloss. So let me go ahead and share my exciting empty. This, you've probably been waiting to see like which product did she finish. And it's actually one that I just rolled in last month. And I was not expecting to finish this so quickly. It's the e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss in the shade Pink Cosmo. So I used this a ton throughout April. I really fell back in love with this gloss. I used it, honestly, a ridiculous amount of times. Let me see. I used it 45 times in April, so that's how many times it took for me to finish it. I had what looked like about half of it left. I think it was a little bit less than half because there's this black part here, but I think I was probably about to like the word lip, maybe like right above that. But I quickly realized like every time I used it, it would go down and down and down. It's a really gratifying product to pan because you can really see, it does settle nicely when you leave it upright, so you can really see how much you have left. And I did just the other day remove the stopper. You can see I have just a teeny tiny bit left in the bottom there, but to me, I am gonna call this done. I'm gonna call it a success. I will continue to use those last little bits up. I probably have another like 3 to 5 uses left in here, but I'm gonna go ahead and call this done. Now that I've removed the stopper, I feel like we effectively finished it. So I wanna go ahead and roll another lip gloss in because I am on a roll. This is already my second lip gloss empty of the year, and we aren't even halfway through the year. So lip gloss has quickly become one of my favorite types of products to pan. It's just so easy. I basically just use it as like my everyday lip product. If I'm not wearing anything else that day on my lips, I'll throw this on. I reapply it a few times a day. If I'm wearing another lipstick and that's kind of started to fade a little bit and I just want to refresh my lip color, I'll throw this on. So this is such a nice gloss. Really pretty milky pink, beautiful on its own, beautiful on top of literally anything. I mean, probably not over like a bright red or something. I don't really wear glosses over those kinds of colors, but any nude color I'm wearing, boom, this just ties the whole thing together. So I love this gloss. I will miss it now that I'm done with it. I am going to be rolling in another lip gloss to replace that. I will talk about that in just a moment, but let's go ahead and chat about the final product that I was working on in April, which is my CoverGirl lipstick in the shade Honeyed Bloom. This is a beautiful like springy pink nude, kind of like a soft, like a little bit of a cooler tone pink nude than most of the other colors I have in my collection, but I really enjoy this. This I did use quite a bit, and this is a very soft formula, so I did see a good little bit of progress. I wore it as a cream blush actually a couple of times, and to do that, I'll just kind of put some on the back of my hand and then pick that up with a brush. Beautiful cream blush color. I felt like it didn't seem to break me out, and it wore really well. I felt like I was able to get like a full day without it really fading or anything. So if you have this, try it out as a cream blush because it is beautiful. But most of the time I used it on my lips. I would often top it with that e.l.f. lip gloss because those make a beautiful, beautiful pairing. So that is going well. As you can see, it's kind of like leaning over a little bit, but it's not wobbling. If it were wobbling, I would probably get rid of it because I hate when lip products do that. But for the most part, it's kind of staying still. It just, I think because it's already such a soft product, it kind of like leaned over at some point. But I'm really excited to keep working on this and finish that up. It's definitely made a really pretty like springtime nude. So that's going well. I mean, I'm not sure, it's probably going to be another like 3 months before I finish that up, but I definitely think I will have this done by the end of the year, no problem, probably well before the end of the year. So those are all 10 of the things that were in my project pan in April, and because that e.l.f. gloss is finished, which I still can't believe, I wanted to roll in another lip gloss. So this is my next oldest lip gloss, or like one of my next oldest ones, and this is one that I've been looking forward to panning for a long time. This is the Bite Yay Sayer gloss in the shade Sugar Drizzle. This is going to be really fun to pan because you can see exactly how much you have left. It's one of those click up glosses. You kind of twist this part and it clicks up through the applicator, and this part will move down as you use up product. So that is where we are now. We're like right below the E, and I'm really curious to see again like how quickly I will see progress on this. I feel like I haven't used this in a while just because I've been focusing on other glosses, but it's basically a clear gloss with like a little bit of like gold micro shimmer in it. It's a beautiful gloss. I love the packaging of this. I've talked about that before. I feel like this is some of the best lip gloss packaging in my opinion. I know not everybody loved it, some people hated it, but I love how sanitary this all is. I think it's going to be very gratifying to pan, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how the progress goes on this. But thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, feel free to check out the Patreon where we have bonus content going up every month. You also get early access to these project pan updates over there, so I would love to see you over there as well. But I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and hopefully I will talk to you again very soon in my next video. Bye!